guys, welcome to the channel. Happy April Fool's Day. And April Fool's Day is a funny concept. I'm not quite sure even how it started. But anyhow, this is where we play jokes on one another. I like playing jokes on folks once in a while when I can, but April Fool's is the day. So happy April Fool's Day. Dan Sigurdson made a gift to the channel for me to do a song. And so Dan, thank you for the gift, my friend. And Dan originally wanted me to do the Hellroy's song, I Don't Do No Drugs. And I started to react to that one, and I got midway through it, and I said, YouTube is going to block this one. Simply because it was a song, I really liked it. But it was a song where somebody was trying to sell a guy some drugs, and he was like, I don't do no drugs unless they're prescribed to me by a doctor. And then he went through all the drugs that had been prescribed to him by a doctor, and there were like 20 different drugs, and they were all mentioned in the song. And the thing about the YouTube algorithm is that it doesn't differentiate between intent or not, just certain subjects. If they're mentioned in a song, YouTube can actually take down your whole channel just because of one violation like that. Because their thing is they're appealing to the advertisers, because that's how they make their money, and advertisers can get upset if they're advertising in a song that, let's say, they consider to be untoward, and you don't necessarily get an appeal. So I said, Dano, loved it. I thought the song was good, but I can't risk getting taken down for it. So he gave me this one, 1100 Springs. The only thing she left me was the blues. And I reacted to this, I want to say about 4 years ago. And I don't recall the song. Once it comes up, I'll probably recall it. But I'd only heard it once in my life, the time that I reacted to it back then. So we're going to see if in the intervening 4 or so years, I've changed and my music tastes have changed and my rating system has changed, because I don't remember what I rated it and what I thought of it back then. Here we go. Already fun.
I woke up this morning to an empty house. Empty's just what I mean. My baby must have left in the middle of the night. She really stripped the place clean. Well, shit. I don't know how I slept through it all. It must have been one hell of a snooze. Cause the only thing she left me was the blues.
And he can't figure out why she left him. If he's sleeping through her taking everything out of the... That tells you why he really wasn't paying much attention to anything ever, if he could sleep through that. I love my gender.
Chair, she left the cupboard bare. She even took her old dog Gus. Yeah, the only thing that lingered in the air was a sad memory of us. She took the VCR, she even took my guitar when she walked on out the door. She took the kitchen table, but she still was able to leave the bills on the floor. She must have had strong arms that toted it all out. She must have had soft footsteps, 'cause I didn't wake up to find out. She took my baseball bat, she took my cowboy hat, my boots and all of my shoes. Yeah, the only thing she left me was the blues.
Well, you know this is an older song too, because she took the VCR, right? That gives you an indication, like literally and textually, the time frame of this thing. Love that steel.
On my living room floor, 'cause she run off with all of my clothes. I like to listen to a record on my old turntable. She run off with all of those. Yeah, the sound of silence as I sit here alone lets me know it's gonna be a long day. And what a stroke of bad luck, she took my pickup truck to haul it all away.
It's gonna be a long month.
And I wish I knew just to where she went, but she didn't leave a number to call. I wish I knew what time it was. She took the clock off of the wall. Yeah, but one thing's clear is I'm a-sitting here, I'm a-searching for all of the clues. But the only thing she left me was the blues. She
Left the bills, too.
Strong arms that toted it all out. She must have had soft footsteps, 'cause I didn't wake up to find out. I'd like to call someone, but she took the phone. Now ain't nobody heard the news that the only thing she left me was the blues. Yeah, the only thing she left me was the blues.
Shit. We human beings must be a failed experiment. I hear songs like this. The crazy thing is you can see it. It's not likely that she could lift the table by her kitchen table, I think you said, or dining room table by herself. Interestingly, just a week ago, I sold my dining room kitchen table, and this thing was a beast. I mean, we had 5 people, and I still have the marks on my hand from selling it, and I'm thinking, even if it's 1/10 the weight of that table, it's still going to be a challenge for one person to get that table out the door. But she took his boots, she took his guitar, she took his cowboy hat, all of it. She took the phone, and I love the way that was developed. She took the phone so nobody heard the news, like it's news. Nobody heard about his blues. He can't get out the house because he's naked and he doesn't have clothes. She took all that. And you had to preface this song as a lyricist with making the willful suspension of disbelief for people. Like when we watch movies, we're like, that would never happen. But you suspend your disbelief just to follow the storyline. And in the beginning of this, when he said it must have been one hell of a snooze, you're like, all right, that was put in there just to help us along to believe that she could have gotten all this stuff out just so we could get to the storyline of what she took and how it impacted him. And she managed to leave the bills on the floor, took everything, including his pickup truck. That's where she loaded everything. So, there's so many options in a song like this. Like she could have left him the VCR so she could see a tape that she made of her taking the stuff out of the house. You could do so many things. That's just the creative mind. But, Dano, this is a good one. And I remembered the theme and feel of the song from about 4 years ago or so when I first reacted to it. But I did not remember the details. That's just how it works, The more you hear a song, obviously, the more details you remember or think you remember. But this one, holy smokes. All right, I'm going to rate this one. The laughter factor, the detail orientation, the instrumentation. I'm pretty sure that was a pedal steel, but there might have also been a lap steel in this thing. I couldn't tell because there was quite a bit going on in there. But the number that popped into my head right away on this one was a 9.3. I don't know what I gave it the first run through, but you guys are going to let me know, I'm sure. So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Happy April Fool's Day. This is a very fitting song, Dano, for April Fool's Day for some reason. He was the fool, I guess, because he didn't hear her. I don't know. All right, and maybe she'll regret leaving. Who knows? Have a great day, folks. I'll see you on another video. Keep rocking the country.